Drag Race judging might be questionable, but that's why there's Bootleg Opinions to let you know that you're not crazy, because we'll be giving our official opinions today. Hi, Divina.
Hi, you are.
Bootleg Opinions.
Now, when one video ends, you can watch another straight away. It's called cringe viewing. Go on. I support you.
Now look over there! And that's something not to joke about. I am so excited to get bootleg with you, but most importantly, complain. Now this episode, the judging was really questionable for who's in the bottom, who got sent home.
Alyssa and Kerri were in the bottom. Neither of them were the worst in the challenge. Neither of them were the worst on the runway. Feels like now's the week where we need to put two really strong competitors in the bottom to create a story.
And this is why Divina will never be on All Stars, because she speaks against production. But I agree with you, there's at least 4 to 5 other queens that were safe that should have been in the bottom 3. Kornbread wasn't that bad. I thought that she was memorable, she stood out. Alyssa Hunter, she wasn't bad, and her runway look should have at least put her safe. And Kerri Colby, it was alright, her acting, but I thought there were other people that should have been there. Even so, her look should have put her safe.
Yeah, for definite. I mean, you went to the length of getting the actual dress.
So between the two that lip-synced, do you think it was the correct sachet away?
Sorry, no, I don't. I don't think it is. Alyssa gave a really strong, committed lip sync. Kerri told us before she started that I'm so terrified of ruining this dress, blah, 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 blah. And she didn't really go for it. And yes, Alyssa had the issue with the gun not working, but that happens in drag. Like, stuff goes wrong, and it's what you do when it's gone wrong. Okay, so she flips it open, she throws it all on the floor and then throws it in the air. You know, she gives us a different moment. I'm good with that. That stuff happens.
But she kept going. I think that's what matters. And I thought that she showed a lot of variation in her lip sync as well. Whereas Kerri Colby, yes, she was beautiful, but she was just there lip syncing. It didn't do much for me.
Even though Alyssa's up, I would rather watch somebody f up on stage and it be a car crash. It's how do they deal with that and what do they do? This does not do it for me, girl. Not at all. Sorry.
So you're just like the rest of our Bootleg audience members. They want to see a car crash on Bootleg Opinions. That's why they tune in. Sometimes our audience just tune in to see the struggle bus, the chaos.
And I'm more than happy to give that to them.
I personally would have saved Alyssa as well. But regardless, neither of those two should have been in the bottom 2 to begin with, right? So the challenge for this week, the queens have to do an acting challenge. Who stood out to you?
I thought Daytona Skye.
Who?
No, what the
The Daytona Skye. DeJa Skye.
Yeah, her. Naisha Skye. DeJa Skye.
DeJa Skye.
DeJa Skye. I thought she was great. She was good fun. In the actual cut together bit, I thought Kornbread was great. She was real funny. I thought Jasmine was good in her bit as well. Especially the bit, do you guys think I'm going home next week? Like, I thought that was funny.
The one that did the best for me out of all the queens was definitely Angeria. She stood out. She was funny, she was present, and also she gave us camp. I enjoyed that a lot. But I will say though, out of all the acting challenges that they've had so far in a long time, that this was one of my favorites.
There was nobody who was like really, really bad, where you just went, oh God. Because even on some of the All-Stars series, some people in those acting challenges, which they're not actors.
Do you remember the American Horror Story one, where they had to act? And it was like 15 minutes long, the acting challenge.
Yeah.
So category is Night of 1000 Bootleg J.Los. Are you ready, baby?
I have been waiting for tonight. Uh-oh.
Oh, I see what you did over there. We first up have Willow Pill serving you Grammy 1998 look. And out of all the looks that she has served on Drag Race, this is my favorite. And I like how she explained it when RuPaul asked her, why did you pick this dress? She said, because it's a little bit ugly. So I like that she stuck to who she is.
When she turned around, I thought, oh, she's got a great bum. And then I remembered that actually it was just padding. That isn't actually her bum. All of it was right. It didn't look like lumpy. You know, sometimes people put padding in and you're like, oh dear. I liked that she kind of carried the ugly thing through into her hair, which was also kind of ugly. It wasn't my favourite wig that I've ever seen. I just thought the wig was slightly off.
I think a lot of wigs in this runway are questionable. Especially with this next one. Introduce her, girl.
Next up we have Miss Kornbread, and she's in the Met Gala 2018. I really like this. I think it's a great interpretation of the dress. I can clearly see where it's from. Got the cross across the front of it, all the stoning, all the mesh, all the piecework, all the details going on around the bottom. The only thing that I wasn't quite so sure about was the wig. She's a bit bigger, and a flat wig sometimes can just look twice as flat on a drag queen. You know, there's something about a real flat wig on a drag queen that just makes it go like, is this the thinnest hair in the world? I still think she looks beautiful, even though the wig is so flat. I probably would have gone for something slightly bigger. I'm a fan of a big wig, so I would have gone with something slightly fuller.
To be honest with you, when I first saw this, I thought she was wearing a gown with a blonde wig with a black band on. This was a really bad ombre wig. I agree with you. The wig was just too flat. I would have teased it just a little bit so that it has a little bit of volume over here in the front. Or I would have had done 2 wigs of the exact same ones to make it a little more thicker. But the dress itself, it's beautiful. It's sparkly, it's her own interpretation. And I also like how the designer blended all those feathers at the bottom together. I think she looks beautiful in this.
She's not the only person who's worn a wig that looks like she's wearing a bandana. Sorry, everyone.
Who?
Me! In the Frog News Dryer Challenge. Like, there's people literally who've drawn pictures of me in a bandana on top of that terrible wig that I had on. I feel Kornbread's pain here.
Next up is Lady Camden serving you the CFDA Awards 2019. I think she looks beautiful, but I would say that this is on the safer side. And she had no airtime? What the
Yeah.
She literally have no airtime.
You know, she said she's like the 6th Spice Girl, and it's something that you could kind of see a Spice Girl doing, because it's got the midriff out. It's
very sporty Spice.
Everybody had their midriff out in the 90s. Like, if you didn't have your midriff out, then you weren't anybody. And she has that amazing, tight, tiny little body. I think she looks really lovely in it. I liked it a lot. Next up, we have Bosco in the 2019 Golden Globes outfit. Oh, Bosco! All right, her makeup's really lovely. I like that. Very good. I don't like this dress. Like, we've all had the stretch gold lame thing going on because it's an easy fabric to work with. You don't have to work too hard on it. My issue with it is the bits coming down here, they're too thin for it to be a breast, so it just looks like some weird kind of tennis balls shoved in there or something, I don't know. And then, like, if you're gonna use that fabric, you have to put a lining in it if any of it is gonna be on show, because it just looks so cheap otherwise. Most of it's not hemmed, just cut it. And I didn't really get Jennifer Lopez from it. Like, if you're gonna do an interpretation of somebody's outfit, for me, it either has to be elevated or it has to be a replica. And it has to be a good replica. This is neither of those things for me.
I thought that this was a very safe look for her based on all the fashions that she has brought. It's just safe, I would say.
Like, I want you to push it further. I want you to take that idea and run away with it and take me somewhere completely different. Next up, we have the gorgeous Kerri Colby in Versace. Just looks phenomenal. When she first came out, I was like, I'm sure the original was a bit longer and I was missing a bit of that length. But then when she explained later on in the show that this is the actual dress, but it was the remake for a tour, then I'm like, okay, that 100% makes sense, because when you're dancing and stuff like that, you don't want it so long because you get your heel caught in it and then you fall over and then you're on, you know. Yeah, she looks stunning. It's incredible.
When she first came out, she looked like J.Lo. And the hair, the makeup, and I think that this is the perfect right way to do it, because I've seen it on drag queens before where they wear this green Versace dress. Think about All-Star 6 where Ginger Minj wore it, Jam wore it, Jiggly almost wore it. Whereas with this, I don't mind it because this is the exact dress, but also she took it with the makeup and the hair as well. Beautiful in this. Next up is Jorgeous in 2020 Super Bowl look. I think it's very, very, very safe. Yes, she did wear this at the Super Bowl, but I just feel like a lot of other celebrities have worn nude illusions before, like Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, Beyonce. When I see this, it's just another bodysuit that's nude illusion, whereas it wasn't special enough. For example, even Lady Camden's, yes, although it's very safe, but we know J.Lo wore it. Whereas with the nude body illusion, a lot of celebrities have worn it. So that's why I'm a little bit iffy with this.
And I think that's fair. The thing for me is that the colour of the nude illusion is not quite right. Jorgeous is beautiful, gorgeous, suntan skin, whereas the fabric itself is much more like mine, a kind of grey shade.
Did you say grey? Like a corpse?
Like you've boiled washed your tights and they come out and they're grey. That's an expensive outfit right there. But they just haven't matched the flesh toning up properly. That was the one thing that I was like, oh, I wish that was better.
But I will say that she did sell it on the runway with like all the dance moves that she was doing, except the outfit itself wasn't a standout, I would say.
Next we have Jasmine Kennedie, and she is in the AMAs 2015. This is so beautiful to me. It's like an upside down ice cream or a trifle. I absolutely love this outfit. It's been made so gorgeously. I think she looks fantastic in it. And I really like that this is a completely different sort of silhouette that we're used to seeing J.Lo in, but we know that it's her, and I love it.
I think she looked so good in this, and I think she did it right. And the stones on that outfit, grading from the top to the bottom, lovely. And those stunning legs when she was walking down, beautiful. She proportionalized this outfit beautifully.
Next up, we have Maddy Morphosis, and she's in 2021 inauguration outfit. Now, I don't know what it is about this outfit on Maddy Morphosis, but I am not getting Jennifer Lopez at all here. I am getting Hillary Clinton, 100%.
Oh my God, you can see my shorts.
Oh, show me those shorts. I'm in Gucci, but I'm also in Cookie Monster.
I can kind of see Hillary Clinton with the face, you know, like Hillary Clinton's face a little bit round. I can kind of see it with the... Maybe she'll do like a Hillary Clinton impersonation after Drag Race, who knows? But what do you think of this outfit?
100% not getting Jennifer Lopez about this. And the other thing that makes me a bit sad for her, like it's a bit of a shame, is that the pants are a real different shade of white than the rest of the outfit. This beautiful clean white jacket, blouse, beret, and then the pants are like almost a cream colour. It's difficult with sequin because quite often there's like a sheen on top of them. So it looks white if it's by itself, but then you put it next to a true white and you go, oh, it's like a cream colour. And that's, I think, what's happened here. The sequin is like a white, but actually it's more of a cream. I would have preferred it if she just used the same fabric for the whole outfit, you know, rather than switching into these pants that are a different shade of white. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I thought this was a safe look, not a bad look. It's a little bit off because the hair color was off.
Like different shades in her hair. That's what we're used to seeing from her now.
Next up is DeJa Skye serving you VMA 2018. I didn't really care for this look as much as the judges. The hilarious Ross Matthews. I thought that it's okay to do an interpretation, but even the interpretation that she did wasn't great. I would have loved to see more of that gold, that mesh on top, going down, dripping, and then fading into it, because it just seems like it looks a little bit random. It's about the cape, right? And this is not about the cape. And I thought the hair was very off as well. I thought she needed bigger, more poppy earrings to frame her face.
I didn't understand Ross Matthews going like, oh, this is what she should have done. No, it's not. Like, to me, it looked like she just got a big duvet cover that was like a nice fabric and went, oh, I could just put some sleeves in this and stick some gold on, and there we go, I've done my cape, perfect. It looked like bedding rather than really beautiful, expensive fabric to me. It's that thing that I want. You know, I want it either to be an elevated interpretation of what they wore or an exact replica. And this, again, doesn't do either of those for me. It doesn't give me Jennifer Lopez at all.
So what is it giving you?
I had some gold lame in the cupboard and a bedspread. No, I'm joking. Maybe like Roman Empire.
I was thinking that too.
It's giving me more of that than it is of Jennifer Lopez. 100%, like.
Well, Ross Matthews told a really hilarious joke, because he is the hilarious Ross Matthews.
It's just
not
we didn't
celebrity
get to
stylist
see it.
Carson Kressley. So thank you for making us laugh, Ross Matthews, by saying that you like this look. Sometimes I just feel like they're just there for airtime, I feel like.
Yeah. It's Daya Betty and the 2020 Super Bowl. It's all fine. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with it if you're doing the bar. This is fine. We all have those outfits that are like, oh, it looks a bit like this and that'll do. And it looks a bit like that and that'll do. And that feels like that's what this was. You know, it was one of those, okay, I need to have a J.Lo look. But I do have that jacket and I also have those pants and those could kind of be that. And then all I have to do is make the skirt because I have that wig that'll kind of work. And that's what this feels like to me. It's kind of what it is, but it's not. You know, I want more detail on the jacket up round here. There's just stuff missing out of it that I think could have been added quite easily.
I would have made the shoulders with shoulder pads just so that it comes up a little bit more because her frame is different from J.Lo. Just so that it drags it up just a little bit more. Is this a bad look? No, but it's just very safe.
Yeah, safe. And not as accurate as I would like it to be.
Next up is Angeria. She's serving you Met Gala 2019. Check. Did everything correctly. Love. The only thing is, if I were to get nippy picky, I would want her to wear a different necklace. I get it, she's trying to hide the breastplate, but I would love for her to separate the headpiece and also the necklace by having the dripping necklace instead to match the dress. So just so that it separates the two.
She looks brilliant. I know exactly who it is that she's referencing. The only thing that I would say is in the original, and this is the queen of the silver dress here, like that's all I ever wear. J.Lo's silver dress has more an AB, an Aurora Borealis thing going on. That's like an iridescent sheen over the top of it. So it gives it a different shades in there. So there's like some blues and some pinks and some purples running through. They're real subtle, but they're there in the dress. And it just helps to give it a bit of depth. But am I that bothered about that? No, because does she look amazing? Yes, she does.
And I think it was a great win for her and she definitely deserved it this week.
Next up, we have Alyssa Hunter in the 2018 Billboard look. It's kind of like a reference to Michael Jackson. Alyssa did a really great job with this. I love the reveal. The only thing that I probably would have wanted, the corset bit, it's sort of made for a breast form in there so that it sits against the body. And if you'd just taken some swimming cups, sewn those in, then it would have sat against the body and you don't get that kind of gappy thing going on that sometimes happens with those outfits. I don't mind that if it's intentional, but it didn't feel like that was intentional here.
Like sometimes in Vegas, they have those female impersonation shows of celebrities, and I can definitely see this on the same caliber. Even the hair, I think, was one of the closer ones compared to the other girls where they just kind of plop a wig on that's kind of close but not really there. And I also enjoy how she used this non-stretch white fabric, so it doesn't look like it's flimsy. It looks thick, it looks expensive.
It's sensational. Like, she looks fantastic in it. It's really gorgeous.
It's like a high-end version of a bootleg J.Lo.
Here we have Orion's story in the 2013 HRC dinner. It's like the nervous system. That's what it kind of looks like, the nervous system going through this fleshing. And I think it's done really, really beautifully. There's something off with the wig. I don't think that's quite right. It certainly doesn't look like J.Lo's hair that night. Then at the back of the dress, I don't know what the original dress looks like at the back, but for me, it's very like flat across the bum. And I think it just had like a sweet line on the bum, so you get the cleft. It would have made it a bit more interesting, and for me, made it a bit more J.Lo.
I agree with you about the hair, but then again, almost everybody's hair was f***ed up in this runway. This is giving me more Kardashian than J.Lo with the way it's styled, but the dress itself, it's beautiful with the stones.
Yeah.
So Divina, who is your favorite bootleg J.Lo?
I still can't remember her name. My favourite is Jasmine Kennedie because she went for a shape that I don't necessarily think immediately of J.Lo, but I see that and I know that that's a J.Lo look. And I just think it was done beautifully.
For me personally, my top threes are Alyssa, Jasmine, and also Kerri. But I'm gonna give it to Kerri because not only does she have the exact same outfit, but also she took it to the makeup as well. Well, Divina, thank you so much for stopping by to give us your bootleg opinions and complaining. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm also on that TikTok thing. And I'm doing Hedwig and the Angry Inch, so get your tickets now.
Link in the description below. And my name is Yuhua Hamasaki. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and new on TikTok under Yuhua Hamasaki. Bye, DVC.
Bye. Love you, Yuhua.
All right, everyone, here is my moment of grace. And thank you so much for all the lovely tips. Maria Garcia. Long time, baby. I hope you're well. Hugs, hugs, and more hugs. David Chavez. Thank you so much, baby. Liv Grant. Hashtag Bootleg Onions. James McDougal, baby. Cause giving a bootleg opinions on 1000 Drag Race looks is my passion. Patricia Henry. Yes, baby. Bootleg the house down. Harmony Mason Williams. Thank you, baby. Thank you to wherever you are. Bye, y'all!